Ancient civilizations often recorded or mythologized disasters like floods, earthquakes, and volcanoes, and modern archaeology finds many such events did occur. Geoarchaeological studies show that short-term cataclysms left marks on human settlements and folklore. For example, a 2019 overview by Litritz notes that catastrophic events such as floods, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, and the collapse of ancient cultures are allied to the births of myths and legends and are the subject of long-lasting debate. The authors argue that both geological records and human history reveal a non-linear, quasi-periodic pattern to these disasters' impact on cultural evolution. In other words, natural upheavals, sometimes driven by astronomy like meteor impacts or climate shifts, have repeatedly reshaped the Earth's surface and human societies in a cyclical manner. Ancient myths of deluges and fallen skies are seen as cultural memories of real events. Several case studies bolster the idea that myth can preserve history. One striking example that we discussed in our previous video is China's Great Flood legend, the Flood of Ganyu. For millennia, it was told as a myth of a deluge tamed by Emperor Yu, but recent geological evidence suggests that it was real. A 2016 science study found that around 1920 BCE, a massive landslide dam break on the Yellow River caused an enormous flood, coinciding with a period of social upheaval. This aligns with the legendary timeline. Even details like the flood lasting years, which matches how long it would take for waters to recede. As one commentator noted, the finding supports the historical basis for traditional tales about China's Great Flood. Likewise, in the Mediterranean, the Minoan civilization's collapse after the Theran volcano is oft linked to Plato's Atlantis myth. While the debate continues, it's noticeable that Plato's story of a wealthy island kingdom destroyed by floods and quakes closely follows the fate of Santorini and Crete. And if geology has anything to say about it, we might just see it all blow up again. In Mesopotamia, layers of flood sediment at sites like have been tentatively correlated with the flood in the Epic of Gilgamesh. These examples suggest ancient peoples encoded environmental catastrophes into narrative, preserving a memory of cyclic natural calamities. Beyond singular events, archaeologists and earth scientists have explored patterns of recurring climate disasters that hit multiple civilizations. For instance, evidence shows a severe drought around 2200 BCE, the 4.2 kiloyear event, coincided with the fall of Egypt's Old Kingdom and Akkadian Empire, a possible cycle of climate-driven collapse. A later cluster of disasters around 1200 BCE, earthquakes, droughts, and invasions, led to the late Bronze Age's collapse. Some researchers propose that such events are not random. Periodic solar cycles, volcanic clusters, or even cosmic impacts might impose a rhythm on global catastrophes. The controversial Younger Dryas impact hypothesis is one attempt to link mythology and cosmic cycles. It posits that around 12,800 years ago, a comet exploded over the Ice Age Earth, causing sudden cooling and floods. Proponents like Bruce Mancy and others have noted that dozens of global flood myths could recall this event. Graham Hancock, for example, argues that a cosmic disaster 12,000 years ago nearly ended a lost Ice Age civilization and survives in myths of a great flood and fall from a golden age. However, this view does remain highly debated, and most geologists reject the Younger Dryas comet theory as lacking consistent evidence. The broader idea of cyclical cataclysms influencing human history has long been in tension with gradualist models of change. Today, mainstream archaeology accepts that natural disasters played a key role in past societal changes, but researchers still debate on how regular or predictable these events were. Emerging disciplines like geomythology bridge the gap, treating ancient myths as data that, alongside geology, can reveal a history of repeated cataclysms. That's all for today, so please like and subscribe and check out all the scholarly references that made this video possible in the bibliography in the channel bio. And I'll see you next time!